Hello, everyone. Hopefully, you can hear me okay. Please forgive me. I am working on trying to get everything set up. I was a little late coming in. Um, Goodness. There we go. Okay, now I can see all of my comments. Again, I apologize for coming in late. I was on Stephen P. and Jenna's stream. So it looks like hello, Olivia. Big Fish Tanks, hello. Discus Talk. Eduardo, Mary Page, IHSP, Atkins, Monster Fish Gal, Sandy, Liquid Zoo, Freaky Fish Lady, Kelly Foreman, Geek Boy, Scott's Aquatics, Jeremy, Dave, Patty, Justin Powers, hello, Sandy, hello, Yellowstone, hello, hello, 3G, Freaky Fish Lady, Dee Dee, and like Matt did say, I do not have a guest today. Unfortunately, I did not hear back from Jess Maintails Finn's Fur on having her son come up on the stream with me. So I do not have a guest. So today is just kind of going to be chit chat, I guess. If you guys have any kind of questions or anything like that, we can do it that way. Kind of, this is just kind of gonna be whatever everybody chooses, I guess. Maria Z, hello. If I miss you guys coming in, I apologize. There's a lot of you coming in all at once. Oh my goodness. Xanadu. So yeah, so unfortunately, no guests today. Did not even want to bug Junior Metalhead about possibly coming on today. I figured out just kind of wing it and see what happens. Metalhead, I hear you talk all the time. Yeah, you do. So you don't have to listen. It's fine. I don't know if you guys have any questions or if you guys have any ideas on how this stream could go. Feel free to definitely put those out there. Maria Z, wrapping gifts. I still have to work on shopping. So I'm probably going to be doing that after this stream is over. Oh my goodness, Dee Dee, if your son would be willing to come up, even though it's last minute, I would not be opposed to that at all. Not at all. So if you want to check and see, I'm okay with that. Atkins Nature Aquarium says they sent an email. Okay, yeah, so I will get back to your email for sure so that I can get you on the schedule because I've actually had several people tell me to reach out to you, but things have been crazy. So, Atkins Nature Aquarium, look out for my reply back to that email. IHSP, no, it wasn't necessarily so much a back out as it was I never heard from Jess on having her son come up on the panel. She never did email me about it, so I'm not really sure what happened there. But since I never heard from her, I didn't have any kind of a backup plan. So it is what it is. I mean, I understand life gets busy and sometimes you forget to reach out to someone or you forget to reply to that email or text message or whatever. So it's fine. Hopefully I'll hear from her here shortly about that and we can get something scheduled maybe for after the new year because I'm pretty much booked up until the new year. So provided everyone actually comes through with this, but yeah, it is what it is. Yep, Landon was supposed to be on and he didn't. So Um, yes, and like Eduardo said, I did just hear that her um, Jess's dog had puppies, and it was an emergency situation apparently. So, um, again, life happens, things happen. I understand that. I'm not putting any blame on her. I'm not going to speak ill of, the fact that I didn't hear back from her because things happen. So it is what it is. Dee Dee, she has stage fright. Okay, no, that is absolutely okay. I will never, ever, ever force anyone to come up on this panel. If you don't want to come on, you don't want to come on. That's fine. Um, I'll just work on getting some more guests for in the future, and in the meantime, this is just gonna kind of be a little chit chat stream, I guess. I don't really have anything interesting really to talk about. My guppy babies are still thriving and doing great. I don't really have nothing has been added to my tank at all. Um, Tanks, I should say. Nothing has really been added. Nothing has really changed. The shrimp babies, as far as I know, are still doing good, but they hide in the plants. So I'm hoping that eventually I'll start seeing them. Um, so yeah, not really a lot going on. Um, Everybody's just kind of doing their thing in the chat, and I'm okay with that too. I'm just trying to think of things to talk about in the meantime. The Fish Fam Christmas giveaways did start today. I made it onto Jimmy P's, and it was a pleasant surprise to see Santa in that stream. What's everyone getting or giving for Christmas? Wow. I mean, I finally got my Secret Santa gift taken care of and shipped, and that person should be receiving their gift here very shortly, very quickly. Um, my kids gave me their Christmas list, and I'm not going to discuss, what I'm getting them or what my plan is to get them. But yeah, if anyone has, if anyone wants to share something maybe that they got for Christmas, doesn't even have to be part of the Secret Santa giveaway. If you were already given a Christmas present and you're excited about it, talk about it. I know I'm going to be using my Secret Santa gift that I got to order some plants and things for my shrimp tank, because right now it's only got one live plant in it and the rest of it is fake, and I hate the way the fake ones look with the real ones, so I have to order some real ones, some, I don't know, fun plants. They like their moss, I can tell you that for sure. Oh, I see new local Austin made it in. Bree can pop up in about an hour. She was working on videos. Oh, okay. I mean, I would not be opposed to having Bree back on the stream at all either. If she wants to come on, let me know and I can shoot that link over to her email. Oh yes, I did see that too. My Fish Tank Aquatics, Fish Kid did his stream. He was having problems with his though. Like, I think he had to jump out of the live and go back a couple of times because they kept disabling his chat. But Pose won the RO unit that was being given away. So that was kind of cool. And Stephen P, yes. Stephen P always does his Wheel of Lose and they give away the plushies. And I really wanted that Pleco plushie, but it's okay. I will win eventually. Freaky Fish Lady, I got my Secret Santa gift. It was cool. Want to order a few plants also. Yeah. I mean, as far as like fish tank related stuff, I really don't need anything. I mean, the sponge filters are great in my tanks. My betta already has all of the decoration that he really needs. There were some plants in his tank, but they melted off and they never came back. And I think it might have been because he was pecking the crap out of them. But he pretty much has all of the decoration that he needs. I want to get my shrimp tank together a little bit better. So, discus talk. If I can get the girls to stop bickering, it would be nice. Oh no, that's not good. A coloring station for Yellowstone. Got their daughter a coloring station. Oh my goodness. I miss when our kids were little and you could buy the really fun artsy stuff like that for them. Like they had little painting easels and stuff when they were little and they loved them. Xanadu. Oh, you're looking for a medium mutt. Ooh, Xanadu getting a dog for Christmas time. Ooh, goodness. Mississippi hippie, got myself a leopard gecko with no spots on it, and I'm not getting anything else. I mean, a leopard gecko is pretty cool, though. I'm not going to lie. That is pretty cool. Melvin Reef, hello. If I didn't say hello already, sorry. Kelly Foreman got a new kitty this month. I'm down for kitties. Love kitties. Sorry, my phone is going off. I'm trying to put it on mute so that it leaves me alone. Okay, perfect. So yeah, I mean, I guess as far as Christmas gifts, I mean, I have plans for what I'm going to get our daughters, but again, I'm not going to say it on here because I've realized that they have a great habit of lurking and watching and not saying anything in the chat. So I'm not saying anything about what I'm getting them. Kevin, canines and aquatics. Am I getting any fish soon? I will be, I mean, kind of, but not really. I ordered some shrimp from Papa Shrimp, and because of the delay in shipping and USPS just being stupid, unfortunately, only 3 of them survived the shipping, and those two of the 3 have since passed. So I only have one of those shrimp, but I did get a hold of Papa Shrimp, and after the holidays and regular shipping resumes, he is going to make that order right. So that's really about the only new fish that I'm getting. I only have 2 tanks at home, and then I have a little one at work. I can't put anything else in the tank at work because it's guppies and she had babies, and I know those babies are going to get big enough that I'm going to have to remove a lot of them because the tank is only like a 3-gallon. It's tiny. And one of my tanks is just my beta. I'm scared to put anything else with him because I just don't know how it would work out. So I don't know that I'm going to put anything in there with him. And then my other tank is a 10-gallon that has my other guppies and some shrimp in it. And again, I don't think I want to add anything to that because guppies like to breed. And these guys have already had babies in this tank too. So I don't think I plan on getting any more fish anytime soon. Hello? Skull, if I didn't say hi to you, I didn't see you come in, and I apologize for that. Fish Kid, hello. So sorry to hear that you were having so many issues with your live stream, but I'm glad that you were able to finally do your Fish Fam giveaway. Lots of just random chit chat in the stream here. Ooh, Kelly Foreman. I think depending on the plants, I may have to hit you up, but then I won't know what to spend my Secret Santa gift card on, but I'm sure I could figure it out. I will definitely get a hold of you on that. Ooh, Eduardo says the school gave out 200 Christmas dinners to students and their families. It's so emotional in a joyful way. That is really awesome. When our kids were in public school, their principal would give turkeys to families at Thanksgiving to the students and their families, and that was always really awesome. It was always nice to have that little bit of extra help. Geek Boy says I need to do a major trimming in both my larger tanks. Yeah. And see, that's the other thing that scares me about plants is I don't know if it's with all of them or just some of them, but I know that I hear people talk quite often about how they have to trim those plants back a lot. And that's kind of scary. I mean, I'm sure I would get the hang of it pretty quick. And I'm sure if I had any issues, there's so many people within the fish community that I could reach out to and be like, okay, how do I do this the right way so that I'm not actually killing this thing completely off? Because I've never had aquatic plants before. I'm barely keeping my um, succulent at work alive because they're supposed to be super easy and you're just supposed to like spritz them every now and then when their soil or whatever gets dry. And I think sometimes I overdo it and I have to keep like pulling little piece off. Lefty, welcome, welcome, welcome. It's definitely not easy to focus on anything right now with all of the streams popping up and you never know what's going on. Steven says, stem plants mostly, they just grow tall, easy to trim. Let me know if you have any questions. Yeah, Stephen P, I think I will once I start getting the live plants for my guppy tank. I will definitely probably be reaching out to you. Kevin, I did participate in Secret Santa and I did already receive my gift. It was a gift card. So I'm super excited to spend it, but the place that I got the gift card from, they're not going to start shipping again until January 4th. So I have to be patient and not order anything yet. I mostly just pull whole plants out and dead dying leaves. Oh, okay. Um, oh, wow. Kelly Foreman, 135 gallons of CO2 injects farms. That's crazy. That's awesome. See, this is why I want to start getting into planted tanks. Yeah, new local Austin. I have some of the hornswort. If it's growing, I can't tell. But that's another one. The shrimp absolutely love hanging off of that stuff, and they will hang off of it upside down because I just let it float at the top of the tank. And I'll go in there and they'll just be hanging upside down off of that stuff. They absolutely love it. Eduardo, I don't know what kind of succulent it is. It's I don't know. It's green and it has like a little kind of almost like a star type shape right in the middle of it, and the leaves like it's hard to explain, but I don't really know what kind of succulent it is. It's nothing too fancy. I'm just trying to read through the comments here, guys. J Rock does stuff. Lurker Nation. Well, lurk on. I'm okay with the lurkers too. Kelly Foreman. Tiny kitty slapped fat kitty last night. She knows who's boss. Oh no. Oh, the kitty cat fights. Those are always quite interesting, aren't they? We have a kitten that loves to antagonize our fat cat. Um, Eduardo. Okay. I can get a picture because I don't think that I actually have one on my phone. And this succulent sits on my desk at work. But if I don't have a picture in here and I'm trying to like scroll really quickly, hoping that I do, but I don't think I do. Um, if not, I'll just take one on Monday and that way then I'll be able to show you what it looks like. Oh, actually, I don't know how well this is going to come up on the screen. Nope, there's a glare. Okay, there you go. That's what it looks like. It's a lot bigger now, and like I said, I've had to pull some of the leaves from the bottom part of the stem because they get all like mushy. And I think that's because I'm overwatering it sometimes. Rachel Y, hello. Aqua Gardens, and I saw a comment. Sorry I'm late, had to run errands, but have to leave again in 5 minutes. Well, thank you for at least popping in. No, Eduardo, it is not a fuzzy succulent. Those leaves are, if I remember correctly, the leaves are smooth. There's no like fuzzy texture to them. If I remember right, I could be wrong. They could be like a fuzzy texture. I'm not 100% sure. I can get some better pictures of it on Monday when I go into work. Um, that's a long name for a plant, but I may have to look into that. I think for me, it's just going to be plant wise. I want it to be like, I don't even know how to explain it. Like, I guess lush type plants that my shrimp can hide in and that my um, endlers can hide in. Eduardo, if it's the shiny one, it needs sunlight. Okay. Because the little care tag that came with it said very moderate, like not very much sunlight, and only to water it when the dirt was completely dry. And I have like a little water bottle that I keep at my desk, and I literally just like spritz it. I spritz all around the plant itself, like underneath the leaves, and then I spritz a little bit onto the plant too. Um, so I don't know. And I mean, my desk is, I've got a huge window behind my desk, so maybe it's getting too much sunlight. I don't know. It's the first succulent I've ever had, and I love it. It's just kind of a pain in the neck to take care of. Kelly Foreman says, Fat Kitty is a lover, not a fighter. Our fat cat typically won't fight unless she's provoked. But once she's provoked, she can get pretty mean pretty quick. Yes. Okay. Aqua Garden Zen. Yes. You definitely have to gain an education on each plant. And that's what I'm trying to do little by little is make sure that I know enough about caring for these plants before I get them. And, again, like I said, like with my endlers and my guppies, I don't know what I can put in the tank with them that they're not going to completely destroy. I do know that I have some Christmas moss in my tank at work with my guppies, and they love hiding in it. Like they actually kind of play hide and seek in it. Um, so I don't know. Just gotta do some research on it, I guess. IHSP says she's lurking. She's out to eat. Mike's Aquatics and Things. Welcome. Hello. Welcome to the stream. Oh, I can keep any plant with endlers or guppies. Okay, that's good to know, because some fish will just eat the crap out of any plant that you put into a tank with them, and I'm kind of afraid that that might happen. Yes, Eduardo, it's actually not in that pot anymore. That's the pot that it was in when I first got it. It's in a pot so big now that you really can't even see it, because I have to add more dirt and like bring it up a little bit. And it's like twice that size now. So I must be doing something kind of right, because it's thriving, but I have to uh, I have to keep pulling leaves off of it, and that is kind of disappointing. Yes, Stephen. I noticed that the guppies definitely love picking off of the moss at in the tank at work. I will catch them constantly pecking at it. I assume eating whatever crap is on it, but they've actually helped it, because it did kind of burn off a little bit, and I thought that it was going to completely die, and now it's actually starting to come back and in spots, and it's like super green and just really pretty now. So um, I do like that aspect of it. They definitely keep everything clean for sure. Sandy says, I have a variety in my guppy tanks. They all do well. Okay, good, because I've been kind of doing a little bit of looking around just to get an idea, and there are some really cool ones um, that I thought about maybe buying. So maybe I'll just be able to buy those, because these plant prices I felt were fairly reasonable. And again, I have a gift card that I have to use up, so I might as well use it on those plants. Definitely don't need any food anytime soon. I have a huge container of flakes that I've been giving these guppies, and they don't eat very much. So, um, won't need any food anytime soon for them, that's for sure. Oh, you know what, Eduardo? I totally forgot that you could do that. You could take those leaves and put them in another pot, and it's supposed to actually, like, yeah, okay. The next time I have to pull one off, I'm going to do that, because I keep forgetting that you can. J Rock does stuff. I have a lot from Val to Hornwort. Yes, I have the Hornwort um, in my 10-gallon here at home. And that's that stuff that my shrimp absolutely just love hanging off of that stuff. It's so fun to watch. Oh my goodness, Kelly Foreman, I could easily give you enough plants to fully plant a 75-gallon without making a dent in my farm. Well, I can definitely tell you that I don't need 75 gallons worth of plants. Because really, like I said, I take that back. I want to put plants in my 10-gallon for my guppies, and then I want to get um, some Anubias for mini metalheads axolotl tank. The last ones that we had in there did not survive, because Freya had a temper tantrum and she stamped them completely to oblivion. But it was a smaller Anubias, and I just don't think that it stood a chance, unfortunately. Eduardo says mine are in direct sunlight. They are outside with lots of babies. Mine are wild spreading. I, you know, if I can actually get this succulent to do anything at all and actually thrive and grow to the point where I'm going to have to repot it again, I will be extremely happy with myself, just based on being able to do that. Jimmy P says that I must say that fully planting all of my tanks is a goal I have set for 2022. Baby steps, I'll get there. Yeah, I think it would be really cool to have um, a fully planted tank that you know could. What am I looking for? One that would basically just kind of take care of itself. I know of some people that have like fully planted tanks that have like no filter system in them at all because they sustain themselves. And I think that that would be really cool. But again, that really scares the crap out of me. So, Aqua Garden Zen, thank you so much for coming. Have a great rest of your day. I appreciate you coming in. J Rock does stuff. I need to make a farm. Plants make a dent in my wallet. I buy them one at a time. I feel that too because some of the plants that we have purchased in the past, just one alone, the price can hurt. Um, so yeah, I mean, some of our plants, like we have planted tanks. They're not fully planted, but they have plants in them, and definitely it wasn't a situation where we bought every single plant all at once and distributed them to each tank or whatever. No, we've been slowly adding plants to all of the tanks. Kelly Foreman says, I still run a large filter even with all the plants. I don't remember who it is in the fish family, but I recall, or I think I recall them saying that they have a fully planted tank that has no filter in it because the plants do everything that a filter would do anyway. At least I think that's what they were saying. I could be wrong. I still think the idea of that would be really cool, but I think it would also scare me a little bit to even try it. It has a sponge filter in it. Oh, okay. Maybe that's what it was. I don't know. Maybe I confused myself thinking about that. So, yeah, definitely. I think one of the things that I'm going to spend a good chunk of my Secret Santa gift card on is going to be plants. Unless I see something else cool while I'm browsing that, I, for whatever reason, feel like my fish can't be without. But I highly doubt that because I've already got the sponge filters and stuff in there. And I don't know, unless I see some kind of really cool decoration or something, it's probably going to be mainly plants that I purchase. But I don't know. We'll see. Or unless they have some really cool fish and they're fish that I know would get along with my guppies. LRB runs dirted, no filter tanks. That's who it is. Thank you. I knew somebody was running some kind of a system where there was no filtration because it was, dirted or planted or whatever. But yeah, now that you mention it, I do remember it is LRB. Excuse me, Scott's Aquatics. I think I said hi to you already, or at least I thought I did. Forgive me if I didn't. It's kind of hard to keep up. Um, just making sure, excuse me, that I'm not missing any comments here. Excuse me. Plants are fun. I like trying different ones. I'm terrible with names. Yeah, for the most part, I can tell you what a plant looks like and describe it, but I'm 9 times out of 10, I'm not going to remember what it's called. I just only, um, I only remember the Anubias because that was one of the first plants that I learned about when we got the axolotls, because we were told that it was a hardy plant that would be hard for them to kill. Um, Freya proved that point wrong. Dee Dee has a question. If anybody can help answer that one. Her 125 has an FX6 on it. Does anyone know of plants that can handle the high flow? And unfortunately, I was kind of looking at all of our tanks going, high flow. But if anyone can answer that for Dee Dee. Um, Eduardo, no, I have not. I'm so behind on keeping up on people's videos and live streams and all of that. Sandy says I have Anubias and Amazon swords in my axolotl tanks. Um, I mean, the Amazon swords we might be able to try. Um, but again, Freya, she's a big girl, and she's kind of stompy when she gets around in her tank. So um, she squashed the Anubias. Atkins Nature Aquariums. I love plants, but fish stole my heart. I would have to agree. But when you can incorporate plants and fish, that's just like the best of both worlds right there. Ooh, okay. Do tell about what this spray bar is that you're speaking of, Stephen. I don't know that I've ever heard of it. I mean, I my brain is thinking it's, something pretty cool and interesting, almost like an auto water plant watering system or something, but um I don't know. I mean, I guess I could Google it, but then my attention would be on Googling and not talking to anybody in the chat. So, probably a good idea that I don't do that. And let me see here. Sorry, guys. I just remembered that I need to get an email ready to send to Bree so that she can come on for the second half if she wants. So I'm trying to get that sent. Crazy. I just started to type in her name, and it came right up like no problem at all. Now, how? There we go. Okay. There we go. Okay. Let me get back to this now. Corkscrew Val are super awesome. Okay. Pride more. I need more plants. I just got a betta the other day and want to add some to his tank. Yeah. I mean, I, for the longest time, it's so funny. But for the longest time, I had duckweed in my betta tank and he ate all of it. So then I put a plant in there. He ate it. I'm giving up on putting any kind of plants in his tank because he's just a little turkey and he eats anything that I put in there. So yeah, I've just kind of given up on that one. Oh, okay. Spray bar. Steven just explained it. Okay. I mean, I've seen those before, but didn't realize that's what they were called. So that's cool. Rough Ivy Rose, hello, welcome. Dee Dee, I have the Eheim 2262 filter on my 90-gallon discus tank, and that puts out 900 gallons per hour. I split the outtake in two, so I have less water flow in one area. I like that idea. There you go, Dee Dee. Lots of people giving you advice. Jimmy P, I'm going to make a little waterfall thingy out of bamboo, preparing all the parts for it now. And yes, that's the technical term for it. A waterfall thingy, that's the technical term. I like that. I'm okay with that. See, Dee Dee, there's a reason why you kept that DIY spray bar, huh? Now everybody's suggesting it and you still have it and you can use it. That's pretty awesome. And I also agree that that's why we have so much fish stuff like down in our basement because you never know when you might need something. And um, so, we have shelving downstairs that's got a ton of stuff on it that isn't being thrown away. Even though it's not being used, it's not being thrown away because you never know at what point you might need one of those items. And you're always thankful when you don't have to go and put a hurting on your wallet to buy whatever it is that you needed. Dee Dee says I have 3 storage sheds. Okay. I mean, not judging. Again, you never know when you might need something. So I'm not going to judge you for it, especially because it's fish stuff. Um, Sorry, I have to keep going back and forth here. Okay. So, there is actually something else that I may use or may end up purchasing when I get my plants, and that is a new light for my 10-gallon shrimp tank. Shrimp guppy, whatever. Um, because the light that I have right now, the blue light on it works for like at nighttime, but the main light does not work at all. It was working the last time we had that tank up and running, but for some reason now it's not. And it's also like not LED, and I really like LED lights. So I want to look into trying to get something new to put on that tank so that there's lighting in that tank. I mean, they get plenty of light during the day for me to not really worry about it too much, but it's just annoying because I would like to have a light in there so that I can see everybody a little bit better and not have to use a flashlight and be annoying to them. Eduardo says, I'm scheduled to have a 12 by 20 shed being built in April for all my Christmas, Halloween, and aquarium stuff I have. Right now, my 3 extra closets are stuffed. I mean, uh, most of our decorations and stuff like that we keep in the basement in totes, but um, yeah, I mean, a shed would be nice, but then, we have so much lawn and garden stuff that we would have to put in that shed that I probably wouldn't have room to put any of my holiday decoration stuff in there. So it's fine in totes in the basement. Dee Dee says one shed is her she shed where her sewing and craft stuff is. Now, is it like actually a she shed? Like, do you go in there and do your crafting and your sewing? Or is that just where you keep everything and then you take it out and like do your crafting and stuff inside? Because I don't think it counts as a she shed unless you're actually in there doing your crafting stuff, right? Maybe? I don't know. One shed is his man cave since he gave you his man cave. Aw. Well, I guess as long as he still has a man cave, that's okay, right? See, I like that. Having a little she shed to do all of your crafting stuff, I'd be okay with that, except for like in the winter when it's like super frigid cold. I would never be out there, but I think that would be really cool. I don't really do a lot of sewing and crafting anyway. Like I crochet and I can do that anywhere. I don't need a she shed for that. And then I do diamond painting, but I do that at the dining room table just because it's easier to have all of my supplies and stuff set out to do it that way. But a she shed would be kind of cool, except for it would probably end up getting filled with fish tanks, and then I really couldn't do anything cool in there but just sit and watch my fish. So I don't know. Maybe it would be a bad idea. Um, Metalhead thinks he has jokes. I am not saying that. That could end up being really, really, really bad. So I'm just going to go ahead and not say that. But if you guys want to say that, in the privacy of your own home where nobody can make fun of you, that's fine. I'm not doing it. Especially if he could barely even type it out. Oh my goodness, no. I have to keep switching back and forth. Oh, Dee Dee has a 12 by 20 shed too, but it has decorations and outdoor cooking stuff in it. So, I mean, that's fine, I guess. Does anyone have anything exciting? Um, Anything exciting to share? Anything fun to share? Anybody have any fun or exciting plans for Christmas? Discus Talk says my fish room is in the shed and storage is above it. A twofer. I like that. Everything kind of all in the same spot. Yeah, I'm with Patty. Dee Dee, build me something, please. Oh no. Sorry, guys. I apparently decided I was going to freeze for a minute. Okay, my Wi-Fi is fine, so I'm not really sure what happened there, but that was kind of weird. Although I'm not the only one. Stephen P was having some problems with that today, too. Ooh, Dee Dee with the comeback. Patty, you got to pay those bills for her to build you anything. Goodness. Something tells me, though, I don't know, Patty. How willing are you to pay somebody's bills to get something built for you? Xanadu, I'm working on my air system for the new breeder rag, DIYing from an old Aqueon siphon tube. Ooh, that's cool. I like the idea of that. Oh, Eduardo lives in Florida. Okay, so yeah, I mean, you don't have to worry about the super ridiculous, stupid cold and all of that stuff. I still think that, some kind of an outdoor shed like that would be really fun. But then again, it gets so cold here, it would become a useless mess in the winter. Wouldn't be any point in having one really unless, we could keep it heated and then that gets expensive. So, no to that. Although a greenhouse would be fun for growing veggies and all of that good stuff. I like going out in the she shed so quiet. Yeah, I think that would definitely be benefit. My husband just put in the fish room's air system PVC loop yesterday. It's a little very insulated room he built in one corner of the garage. That is pretty cool. Ooh, Mystery Snail Guardians got a cricket and just made my first logo t-shirt. That's awesome. That's really cool. I still at some point need to like slow down and step back from like everything so that I can work on getting some uh, Metalhead Mayhem t-shirts made. But it seems like every time I think I have a free minute, I don't have a free minute, or I completely forget that I need to do it and it's just not been done. Jeremy says, I've been searching for a greenhouse or a hoop house secondhand, no luck yet. Yeah, I can't imagine a lot of people are, buying greenhouses and then getting rid of them secondhand. They're super beneficial. I actually have a friend here who has a greenhouse and starts all of his plants, all of his veggie plants out there in the greenhouse. Um, and he sells them. And I typically buy veggies from him every summer and plant them, and I love it. Last year was not very successful, so I'm hoping maybe this coming summer will be. Xanadu says yes on the metalhead shirts. Yeah. Again, I need to focus and really do some research and get a good logo, or a logo good enough that it'll look good on a t-shirt, and try to get those made. It's just having the time to do it. It seems like there's never enough time in the day to get everything done that needs done. Adele, hello, hello, welcome to the stream. I don't have a guest today, but we're just kind of chit chatting and, answering each other's questions and things like that, because I do not have a guest. There's a possibility that Bree will be coming back up here shortly once she's done editing a video. But we'll see. If she doesn't, if she's not able to, because it takes longer or whatever, that's completely fine. We're just going to roll with it and have fun just chit chatting. Dee Dee said, back when I had a horse farm, I would go and take a nap in the hay barn, in the hay room. Yeah, can't really blame you there at all. I would probably do the exact same thing. It's amazing how many people I still have watching with no guest. Just goes to show how easily entertained you people are. I'm just kidding. Must have been an Indiana thing. I had zero luck with growing veggies this year as well. Last year I was harvesting tomatoes until Thanksgiving. Yeah, see, it's weird. Um, it's really weird how it worked out. Like the previous year, I had cucumbers. I had so many cucumbers that I was literally just giving anybody and everybody cucumbers for free. Like, here, just take them. Um, this year, just really none. It I barely had any tomatoes. My peppers and my squash did not grow at all. It was extremely disappointing. Okay. So, whoops. Jess, I see your message. I'm trying to get this sent over now. Whoops. I'm sorry, guys. Bear with me here. Okay. I just got that sent over. Um, I'm going back to watching The Witcher. It's my day off. Gonna enjoy it. I don't blame you at all. Go ahead. Joseph Stanley says driving and, well, it's the side eye. I hope he's just listening and not actually trying to watch. The only thing that I luck with was pepper. Squash did not grow at all. Yeah, I had literally zero squash. I think, got one or two jalapenos, and they really weren't even big jalapenos. Um, Tomatoes, maybe a dozen, if I even got that many. Just for whatever reason, I just really did not. I wasn't successful in my garden this year, and it was disappointing, but it's just the way it goes sometimes, I guess. So I'll try again next spring and see what happens. Okay, sorry. I thought I had a cat messing around one of the fish tanks, but I think I was just hearing things. Okay, so. Um, oh, Barbara Jackson, I almost missed your question. I have a question for pleco keepers. Are bristlenose plecos okay with being the only one in the tank, or are they social? I mean, I'm pretty sure they're fine alone. I mean, we've had bristle nose, just one in the tank before, and it did just fine. ABC Aquatic Biotope Creations. Hello, hello. Oh, let me make sure that I did not put that in incorrectly. Did I might have sent it or typed it in wrong. Um, I have to go back up here. I typed it in correctly, so I'm not sure why it's taking so long to get sent to you. Eduardo, this year I grew fennel, 3 types of tomatoes, beans, cilantro, 6 types of hot peppers, 3 sweet peppers, several fruit trees. Wow. Um, you've been you've been uh you've been busy, Eduardo. Um, okay, give me just a minute here, Jess. I'm gonna go ahead and just leave that pin to the top. That is for Jess. Nobody else, please. I can only handle one guest at a time. So once I know that that worked and they've gotten in, I will unpin that. Yeah, I would definitely say you were quite busy there, Eduardo. That's a lot of stuff to keep track on. Eduardo definitely does stuff. Yes. Okay, I've got them backstage now, so I'm gonna go ahead and unpin this. Eduardo definitely does stuff.
Hang on, we have no volume.
Okay, I've got them backstage now, so I'm gonna go ahead.
Can't hear anything. Why can't I hear anything?
I can hear you, Jess, if that counts.
Yeah, I don't know. Give me a second.
Okay.
Mike, is your headphones connected?
Mic's up all the way. I dropped them the other day, so I hope I didn't break them. I'm gonna go out and we'll try to come back in.
Okay. All right, guys. They're trying to fix sound issues, but they should be back here momentarily. So we'll go ahead and get your questions ready while they're working on that. Because it is just after 5 o'clock my time, so we've got a little under an hour left in this stream. So let's try to make it count and make some good questions to ask when he comes in. Yep, Eduardo, that was Jess and her son Landon. I could be wrong, but I think up to the guests that I've had so far, I think he may be the youngest, but I could be wrong. But that's the point. We want to talk to this younger generation, and we want to figure out what has gotten them into fish keeping and why they love it so much, what their favorite thing about it is. So we're definitely excited for this one. Okay, let's see here. Well, come on.
This is your speakers, right?
Yeah, but no, I got my speakers are right here. That was the mic.
Oops. Oops.
Undo the speakers.
Undo the speakers.
Hang on. No. Yeah, because when I came on and
We're gonna unplug the speakers.
Everything,
and just hear it from here.
Everything worked, Landon. We just can't hear her, and she can't hear us.
Okay, so
I don't know.
we can hear them; they just can't hear us.
We can try the headphones, but I don't think that's going to be the issue either because you still got to have speakers. You have to take that off.
Give it a shot.
Because this doesn't have a microphone. So I can just unplug the mic and the speakers, plug this in. Okay, I'm going to come back out and we're going to come back in with his headphones.
I can hear.
Okay, but she can't hear us, so we've got to.
Yeah, okay, so I don't know how much of that you guys, I mean, obviously you can tell we can hear her talking, we can hear him talking. They cannot hear us on their end. So she's trying to figure out what's going on with her speakers. She's able to see everything. She could tell that my mouth was moving. She just can't hear anything that's, she couldn't tell what I was saying because they can't hear us. So, I mean, it's going to be beneficial that they hear so that when I'm relaying these questions, he can actually hear what I'm saying. Yeah, she did look pretty tired. So I'm, if she can't get this figured out, I'm not going to be disappointed. I'll just put him on my schedule for here in a couple of weeks. and see what happens.
You're hearing double. Oh,
You guys
I gotta
able to
turn
hear
YouTube
anything?
off. Okay,
Okay, can y'all hear me?
I
now.
can hear you just fine. Yeah.
Okay, now we're good. We're set
Okay.
up.
Oh, sorry.
Sorry about the delay.
I'll have to get that figured out. I don't know what's going on.
It's your mouse.
Perfect.
My mouse is down here, but you don't need it. You just need to sit there and listen. Oh, okay.
Okay.
Okay. Well, thank you for coming on.
Sorry
that
we're
you guys
late.
were having issues.
We completely forgot about it.
I think I have to be on here with you.
Goodness.
Yeah.
Yeah, no, I have to be. You can't be alone. I don't know. Well, there's an adult on the screen, so
Okay,
maybe
is it okay if my mom does my mom have to be on the stream?
Yep.
Yeah,
Absolutely.
okay.
Okay. Yep. I can hear you guys. Perfect.
But see, I'm not going to be able to hear anything.
There.
Actually, I can pull it up on my phone and listen.
There you go. See, she's always got a backup plan. Okay, so welcome to the stream. I don't know how much you know it works, but basically
Okay.
everybody in the chat will ask questions to you based on fish keeping and things like that.
This isn't bothering that, is it?
Can you hear double on here?
A little bit, but I can.
Yeah, I can.
That's okay.
There, that should do it.
Okay.
Mystery Sales says you look comfy, Jess. Okay, so
I'm very comfy. I had a rough day yesterday.
We heard about that, yeah.
Just still an echo?
I'm not hearing an echo. Yeah, I don't hear an echo.
I don't hear an echo on my phone.
Nope,
Which I
I
should
don't hear an
be
echo
able to
either.
hear it.
Okay, so we do have a first question from Dee Dee. She wants to know what kind of creatures you have, critters.
I have a dog that is a corgi, and his name is Caliber. I have 4 horses. One of them's named Bentley, and he's a paint. I have a brown horse, her name is Nina, and that's my main horse. We have another horse that is brown that is named Celine, and then we have our all-time favorite. She's been here for how many years? 21 years?
Flip?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Around 21 years we've had a horse named Flip, and she's like
Oh, she been there, done it.
I don't know exactly what color she is. She's like a gray.
Grulia.
A Grulia.
Wow.
And then I have a pet turtle. And then a cat. My turtle's name is Ezekiel. And then my cat name is Callie.
I had to take those.
Oh, wow. Okay, let me see here. We have a question from Eduardo. He wants to know what your favorite fish is that you have kept.
I've never really kept a fish. I've helped my mom with a few of her fish, but my all-time favorite that I like is a pleco. They just look cool, and they just have.
Okay.
They're just pretty cool.
Sandy would like to know if you help your mom clean all of her tanks.
A few times I have, not every single one of them. I've helped do it, but it's just kind of an if time whenever I'm on my games and stuff. I don't really help her do it.
Okay. Freaky Fish Lady, what's the favorite fish of your mom's?
One of her betas that she sold, she used to have, and his name was Rico. Rico?
Gandalf.
No, Rico.
Gandalf.
There's another one that was named Rico or something.
You must have named him.
Yeah, I named the fish, and he was a blue and red. He had really a lot of blue on him, and his face was like red, and he was like really cool. That was one of my favorite fish of hers.
That's cool. Mystery Snail Guardians wants to know if you like snails.
I do like snails; they're pretty cool. We've had a lot of snails, a lot. Like I think we have a snail in every single tank, like around 40 in one of them, and they just keep spreading.
Yeah, they do that. We've had to remove snails from one tank and put them in another because of that.
Yeah.
I'm not seeing anything else come through. What kind of hobbies are you into?
I like to. I play lacrosse, and I do. Let's see. I game, and that's basically really all I do. I don't really do a whole bunch. I hunt a lot. That's about it.
Okay, what's your favorite thing to hunt?
Deer.
Deer.
My biggest deer is an acorn.
Wow, that's pretty impressive. Wow.
We live in Louisiana, and for that deer we killed him in Missouri. It was a 3-day hunt, and I killed one big buck and then a doe. That was pretty big. It was about the size of our bucks here.
Wow,
It was huge.
that's pretty awesome. Eduardo is saying your favorite pastime that you enjoy most and hobby. Mention the hobbies.
The thing that I enjoy most is playing my games. Whenever, it's just to have fun and play around with my friends. Whenever I don't get to see them a lot, it's just a thing that I like to do. I play a lot of Call of Duty and Fortnite.
Oh, okay. Sammy Farrell wants to know if you could have any pet, what would it be?
A ferret.
Okay.
Why?
The reason why I want a ferret is one of my teachers had a ferret, and they're like a cat, but they're like
Yeah.
actually like you.
Yeah.
They like to like lay down in your lap and stuff. They're just fun because my teacher at my old school, they had a ferret, and her name was, I think it's like Lucy or something like that. I don't know exactly what her name is, but and that ferret like loves me. Every single time I come in the classroom, like, because it roams free, and sometimes she puts it in a closet, and like, because she has 2 rooms in there, so.
This way.
Oh, okay.
That you can see.
Yeah, ferrets are fun. I had one that used to steal the soles out of my husband's shoes. She was a little jokester. Eduardo says, now that you're free from school, what was or is your best subject?
What does he mean? Like, what does he mean by subject? Like, what does it mean by subject? Like, school subject?
Yeah.
Oh, ELA, English Language Arts. And the reason why that is I bet my teacher that's in that class, she's gotten me back up to an A. Like, and she helps me a lot in that class, and now I have straight A's.
Oh,
So.
okay.
YouTube is slower than live, so I hear it after y'all already said it. I hear it again.
Yeah.
So.
Oh, goodness. Dee Dee's Fin Bin. Do the kids at school know
No,
how
it's
many
okay.
fish tanks are in your house?
No, I don't really talk about fish a lot.
The old Daxolotl. Daxolotl.
don't want to talk about that. Let's talk about like how many fish tanks
Oh,
are in the house, like the kids ask. But I know Nick, my best friend that's over here. He knows how many fish tanks. There's like how many fish tanks do we have? Like 50.
I've got. We got the 40 tanks, but that's not including the breeder grow out. So I
Around
think
50.
Colton counted 56 of things that have a fish in it.
Around 56 fish tanks.
Nice. Oh, a question in here that doesn't even pertain to you. It's for me. Melvin Reef wants to know what diamond painting is. And I wish I could pull one of them down to show you. It's basically like paint by number, but with jewels instead. It's kind of fun. Okay, so have you thought about getting into fish keeping at all yourself? Maybe getting your own tank?
I've always wanted an axolotl, but I've never really. I have so many animals and stuff to take care of. I don't think I'd be able to take care of another thing. And because I feed the horses and my cat and dog and everything whenever I'm here, and whenever I'm gone, my parents feed them. But I don't always have enough time to, take care of all of them.
And axolotls can be tricky sometimes. My daughter has two, and they can be pretty demanding sometimes. Eduardo, again, he's a teacher, so he loves asking questions about school. And he wants to know if you read.
Gotta find the right route.
I do read, but there's only certain books that I like.
What kind?
I like ranchy books. There's my favorite book that I read it, but like I don't really love to read, but I'll read if I like need to or want to at the time. I forget what it's called. I don't remember the name. If I think of it, I'll say it, but I can't remember it.
Okay. Dee Dee wants to know if you think you'll have aquariums when you grow up and have your own house.
Probably not as many as my mom does, but maybe. Like I'll probably get a few betas just to show,
So when I outgrow my house, I'm growing into your house.
Okay. No.
Yeah, you always think you're gonna have just one or two tanks with one or two fish, and then you end up like your mom and have a lot of tanks. Looking for more questions here. Switch to the other chat, just make sure I'm not missing anything. I think this question was answered already.
We can hear that.
It's fine. I think you may have answered this question already, but ABC wants to know if you have a favorite fish.
The beta.
The beta. Ricky De Hoyos says, would you encourage kids your age to keep animals, and if so, what kind and when?
Dogs, I would encourage a lot of people because they're just there for you whenever you don't have anybody else to play with and stuff. My dog has been through a lot with me. That's like my dog best friend basically. She's been there with me for 4 years, 3 years. He's around 3 years.
Well, Lena's 1. No, he's 2. Because Lena's just turning 1 and he's a year older. He's the litter back, so he's 2.
Okay, 2.
Okay.
and it just shows like you can take care of something.
Mhm.
Like it helps you with responsibility.
Yeah, definitely.
What
Eduardo
is
wants to know if
copy
you have
name?
a favorite superhero.
Not really. I don't really watch a whole bunch of like superhero movies, but if I were to have to pick, it'd probably be maybe Spider-Man.
Oh,
Does Transformers count as a hero movie?
I would count it.
Really?
I would, yeah.
ooh, this is a good question from Dee Dee. If you could buy your mom any kind of fish, what would you name her?
Axolotls.
Axolotls? I like that
No, yeah.
answer.
Oh, I can see them. Or
That's called a wee gift.
or I would buy her a Nemo. I don't know
I
what's
have Nemos. They're just
No, you have the off-brand Nemo. You don't have the real Nemo.
I have the expensive Nemo.
I don't care about the expensive Nemo. You don't have Nemo. She doesn't know what she's talking about.
Oh, okay.
She has the off-brand Nemos. Nemos.
They're just not colored like a regular Nemo.
But that's not a Nemo.
That is a Nemo.
No, it's not. A Nemo is a clownfish, right?
They are clownfish.
Clownfish. See, I'm smart.
They are clownfish.
Okay, but those aren't the type of clownfish that I
That's not the color you want.
Okay, it has to be like Nemo. Anyway,
Oh, goodness. So ABC says natural aquarium or a themed tank with a bunch of decor. Do you have a favorite?
probably a natural, like with real plants and stuff.
Hmm.
Yeah.
Definitely a natural.
Yeah, I'm with you on that one for sure.
Teaching him right from the beginning.
Absolutely. Ooh, Eduardo wants to know what your favorite food is that mom makes.
Mexican casserole.
We've been talking about this Mexican casserole all week.
Oh, Dee Dee says, nope, that's not the one. There you go. Select Pet says, are you talking about maroon clowns? So they're technically Nemo, but they're not. I see where he's coming from with that.
I don't know what Nemo exactly is.
They're the like maroon, lightning maroon.
They look like they're white and black.
Well, they're white, black, and brown. They just don't have a whole lot of the brown orange on them at all.
Oh, okay. Another good one from Eduardo. He's good at this. He wants to know if you could travel anywhere in the world, where would it be and why?
I'd say California.
Why?
California or Florida. They're both like they seem like fun states, and I've never been to California. I've been to Florida for Coachella, and that was a fun time. We got to go to just racetrack thing. They had go-karts there and stuff. It's like a big game thing. That's pretty fun. It seems like a fun place.
The ocean was fun.
The ocean was really fun.
Okay. You wouldn't want to travel out of the country? Just stay in the country, huh?
I've never really been out of the country. Well, actually, I've never been out of the country. So I wouldn't really know.
Yes, you have. We went on the cruises. Which were out of the country.
Belize. I forgot about that.
I like that answer.
Cancun.
What was that other one?
I can't ever. The Ricatan. It sound right? The Ricatan. You good like it?
Can I? I'll be right back.
Yeah, go ahead. That's fine.
You got me, but I'm like 2 seconds behind. So
That's okay. Oh, Kevin says to come and visit us in the Bay Area.
He's back.
Sandra.
Sorry about that.
Dee Dee wants to know if you like going to Aquashella.
For the most part, I mean, for me as like a kid, it was kind of not boring, but like there wasn't a lot for me to do. But I got to meet a lot of people that my mom talks to, like Father Fish,
And Chattanooga Ed and
Tender Egg, yeah, and all of them.
That's awesome.
Happy Shrimp.
Oh, there you go.
There's no
Xavier
way I can
Voodoo, he
miss
says, did you mean Yucatan? Was that one of the other ones you went to on the cruise?
Yucatan on the cruise. It might have been.
Yes, yes,
Yes.
that's it. That's it. My Satan low battery. I wonder if I can plug this in and I like it just disconnected.
Well, apparently your mom didn't inform all of us that you were a ginger. I don't think that matters, but
A ginger snapper.
he called you
So-
a ginger snapper, yes.
I know. I was just that's what I was laughing at. Mom, apparently now I'm a ginger snapper.
Huh?
Apparently I'm a ginger snapper.
You are. You know what that means?
Nope.
Your hair is red, and therefore you can be called a ginger. Which
What's
some
the snapper
people,
part?
a gingerbread. Gingerbread is red.
Gingerbread is brown.
No, it's ginger. The spice is red, I think,
Okay. What's the snapper part mean?
because you're a whippersnapper. You're young.
Okay.
That explains it. Let's see here. I'm not seeing any
Oh,
other
my phone is
questions,
down.
so I can ask another one, I guess. Do you have any favorite Christmas traditions that your family does?
Every single year, we have a family get together, and my favorite cousins get to come over here, and we just all have a good time and eat pizza, and then give gifts, and then we play Secret Santa. Last year we did this contest where you had to put an Oreo on top of your head, and you had to lean back, and you had to like sit there and lose all your face muscles to get into your mouth, and the first one that got into your mouth got a prize, candy. It was pretty fun.
That is pretty fun.
And then the year before that, we had to blow a ping pong ball into a solo cup. It's pretty fun too.
I like that. ABC wants to know, what was your all-time favorite Christmas gift?
I'd say my dog. He was kind of around Christmas, so that's kind of what I would say, or my PS4, one of the two.
Both good answers. Dee Dee wants to know what you're going to do when school is out for the summer.
Have fun. Probably my papa has a boat. What is it called? Houseboat. My papa has a houseboat, and we go on there for like a few hours, and we stay out there in the middle of the lake, and we jet ski, ride a ski boat, tube. It's fun. Just all around. And then in May, that's whenever my birthday is, so it's even more fun because we go out there.
That is fun. Do you fish at all?
Yes, ma'am. I caught it was a 3-pound bass this morning.
Nice. That's a good sized bass.
There's a pond that if you walk right out my door, you go out on the road and you walk a few houses down, and And there's a little pond right there that everybody goes to.
Okay. Jumping. Eduardo said, you mentioned pizza. What's your all-time favorite junk food to smash?
What does it mean, smash?
Just to pig out on. Go crazy eating.
Oh, have you ever is oatmeal cream pies considered trash food or junk food?
I mean, it could be. You don't have
It'd
like
probably
a Twinkie or something like that that's a favorite?
Oreos.
Ooh, good answer.
I'm way behind.
ABC wants to know what you want to do when you grow up. Have you thought about
Well,
that at all?
Underwater world. That and have a ranch on a lot of acres and raise horses, train them.
All good ambitions to have.
No,
wants
that's
to
not
know, can you
work.
swim?
No, I cannot. No, I'm fine. I can swim. Stop. This is not gonna work.
But it's comfortable for me.
Too it is.
Just so there you go. You're not supposed to sit on that.
Well, this is what's gonna have to happen. If you're making me uncomfortable.
Whatever works, I
Okay.
guess. Dee Dee says you and she can be friends because you mentioned Oreos.
Okay.
Good friend to have. Not seeing any questions coming through, but I think my chat might be a little laggy. Oh, here we go. Eduardo says, you seem to favor large animals. Would you consider becoming a vet?
I don't want to have to go to college. I don't want to spend a lot more time in school. I don't particularly like my school, like school at all, because it's just most of the time you're in school, you're not really learning a lot because the teacher can't get to you every single time
Mm-hmm.
whenever you need help. So it's not really helpful at times. So and I need a lot of help in most of the in most classes. So but I mean, if I could do it and not have to stay in school as long as possible, like as long as you normally would have to, I probably could be able to. I just don't like staying in school a lot.
There's nothing wrong with that. Trying to go through questions again here. Oh, Eduardo says, you seem to be a natural with animals. Self-trained can be an option. That is a good point. You could probably still help take care of animals without having that extra education.
Yeah, I could probably be a horseshoe. They make a pretty decent amount of money,
Yeah.
and it's something to do with animals and stuff.
This is a good question. Joseph Stanley wants to know if you would rather have your mom homeschool you or go to public school.
Okay, so at the school that I was at, I got expelled for reasons that were kind of dumb. So I got transferred to an alternative school. So whenever I went to the alternative school, I started doing a lot better because it was a smaller class. and I'm now making straight A's, and I'm doing really good in school. So I'm not mad exactly, but I've learned my lesson now that I'm in that school of why I went there. So I would rather stay in the school that I'm in than have to do homeschool.
Right. Ooh, this is a good question from Dee Dee. What kind of car do you want when you get your license?
A Ram 1500.
That's a good answer. I have a Ram 2500 and I love it.
Yeah, I want a
Truck is the way to
dually
go.
though. I
See,
definitely want a dually.
yeah,
But for my first truck, I wouldn't be able to have something that big.
yeah.
Lena, our truck is around 25
Let's see.
outside.
I said 1500.
Oh, 1500.
Joseph said for the homeschooling question that his answer would have been stay at home with my mom.
No. I'd rather be able to have people to, talk to at school.
And so Dee Dee wants to know, now that you know how great of a student you can be, will you work hard to keep your grades up?
Yes. But I think whenever I go back to my school, I don't think I'm going to be able to keep the same grades that I have, especially in math. I'm not very good at math at all.
Neither am I.
So, I mean, like, they could be talking about something, and my mind's sitting here racing, trying to figure out everything, and then I'm being like, oh, I don't know this no more. It's like my brain like factory resets, and I'm like, never mind.
Again, I think that you answered this one, but Dee Dee wanted to know what your favorite subject in school was.
English language arts.
Language arts. That's right. You did answer that at the beginning.
That or gym. We had a dodgeball tournament this Friday, or last Friday, and it was a teachers versus students, so it was really fun.
Those are always fun when you get to compete in any kind of sport against your teacher, and especially when it's a contact sport like dodgeball. You can throw that ball at them and you don't have to feel bad.
Exactly. Because a lot of our teachers, they got hit in the head.
Ow.
Yeah. People were being mean to them.
Okay, that might
So
be a little extreme.
Yeah, but one of the one of my teachers told me to come to their team, and then I got everybody out. Because I figured out a lot of the students that go there, I figured out their movements, so I knew what they were going to do whenever I went to play the ball.
ABC wants to know if you know any other languages or if you have one you want to learn.
I would like to learn Spanish.
This is kind of a long one, but it says your mom does barrel racing and guys can't do that sport. Had a horse that was a cutting a trail horse. What's your specific interest in horses?
Sorting, and the reason why I like sorting is because I've never really liked barrel racing. I've never liked my horse to do barrel racing. I know my horse can do it, and she has done it. I've never really done it because of the fact that a lot of barrel racers don't really give their horse their, like, what's it called? Like, full potential. So, and then whenever their horse does something wrong, they always take it out on the horse and not theirself. And I have now my horse is 16 years old, and I've had her for 4 or 5 years, and I've learned most of every single thing that was on that horse, and me and her just work so good together. So that's why I do sorting. And if you don't know what sorting is, there's cows in a pen, and it's shaped like a 8. And what it does is you have the 8, and in the middle there's a gap. And what you do is on the other side of either side, it doesn't matter. You have cows that are numbered through 0 through 9, and 0 is supposed to be 10, and 10 is a trash cow. So you're not allowed to get that trash cow through the other side. You have 2 people in there. You have one in the middle of the 8, and then you have one sorting the cattle out. And they'll call like 3, and you'll have to get 3 and only 3 into the pen, into the other side of the pen.
That sounds interesting and slightly difficult.
It's very difficult, especially whenever you're on a horse. And my horse is a cutting horse, so she already knew what was happening. It was me that was really holding her back because I didn't know everything about it until a few years ago, and I still don't know everything about it.
Okay. Dee Dee wants to know if you're going to be in the FFA when you get old enough.
What is the FFA?
I believe it has something to do with like farming.
We don't have FFA. We don't have FFA. We have 4-H.
We don't have FFA. We have 4-H.
Oh, okay. Is that
Yeah,
something you've ever been interested in?
They just don't offer it in Louisiana.
I have been in 4-H, but the 4-H system that we were in wasn't. It kind of like went downhill. So.
I'm not seeing anything again. Oh, Dee Dee answered, Future Farmers of America. I knew it had to do with farming. Goodness.
Yeah, I get future FFA. I guess is exactly the same as 4-H.
It is. They just don't offer it in Louisiana.
Right.
Yeah.
Just trying to go through these questions here.
Okay.
Have y'all seen Caliber, my dog?
No, I don't think so. I wouldn't be opposed to seeing him. Oh my
So he
goodness.
was not looking funny. He was just outside. There.
Ugh, he is cute.
Look at the camera. Hey. Cheese. That is my puppy.
You know, puppy no more.
He is definitely cute.
Unless it matches.
Eduardo had another school question for you. I'm sure
Looks like
these are
it's
your
me holding my
favorite.
phone in my ear, so I know it was weird.
He wants to know how you feel about being challenged in school.
Like, what do you mean by like challenge?
Like teachers trying to challenge you to do the harder work that you don't think that you can do.
We have a school system that doesn't really. It's called. What do those smarter people go to? What's it called? AIM. It's AIM. And I guess I don't know exactly what AIM is. I've never been in it. It's where the smarter people and more challenged people go to, and they go there every like Tuesdays and Thursdays, and they go to a different school that is like they challenge you more. So at my school we don't really do like talk to talk learning where a teacher stands up in the front and teaches us it. We have a thing called Edgenuity, and you basically get on your little Chromebook and you do that. So it's a lot different from because they can't really challenge you. You just have to do the work that they give you basically.
Oh, I knew this was going to be brought up eventually. Dee Dee wants to know what you think about the new pups.
They're cute. They're very cute. Have y'all seen one? Have y'all seen any of them?
No, they haven't. Not yet. I'm not right now.
I was going to
But
say
I'm
they're
not
still
Monday.
pretty new. It might not be a good idea to bring them out just yet. I'm sure your mom will share photos with us though as soon as she can.
Yeah, no. They'll be 3 days old, 4 days old Monday. So I'll show them Monday. And they got to go to the vet Monday.
Trying to find other questions here. If you watch YouTube, do you have any favorites?
Like favorite people?
Yeah.
Mr. Beast. Y'all know who he is.
Mr. Beast is pretty cool.
He helps a lot of hospitals and he donates a lot of money. He makes like billions, and he donates a lot of his money. And he donates to like shelters, hospitals. He does funny videos. There's one of his videos that I love the most is where he spent a whole 24 hours on a Ferris wheel. It's pretty cool. And then what's that airsoft person?
Silo.
Silo?
I know Solo.
His name is Solo, and he's an airsoft. He's really good at airsoft, and I've always wanted to do airsoft. I've just never had the stuff.
Like Rosie said, FFA is in Louisiana. It may be in Louisiana, but it's going to be down south of Louisiana. And if it's not in your parish, then it doesn't matter. And it's not in the north at all.
Well, there you go. See? Let's see. Trying to think of more questions to ask because these guys are just messing around in the chat, joking with each other. Do you have anything specific on your Christmas wish list that you might be hoping for?
An airsoft gun. An airsoft gun and new lacrosse gear.
Okay.
Oh, Eduardo.
Eduardo, I love him. He says your mom is one of his favorite YouTubers. How do you feel about your mom being such a star?
Yep. She's been doing pretty good with the YouTube stuff, and I'm proud of her for doing all the stuff that she's been doing.
I did what y'all said I couldn't do, didn't I?
I didn't say you couldn't do it.
You did.
That was an unnecessary comment.
That was sweet, Eduardo. Thank you.
Completely unnecessary. Not really seeing any other comments come through. You mentioned lacrosse. Do you have any other sports that you like to play at all?
I don't play it, but I've always wanted to, but Mom doesn't want me to play it because it's such a contact sport. Football.
Oh, good one.
Ricky Blaze wants to know the next fish event that you guys will be attending.
New Orleans.
I'm what?
The next Aquashella thing.
Well, Aquafest is in January. That's down in
What's the next fish
Slidell.
event that we're going to, or that you're going to?
January, Slidell Aquafest.
Slidell Aquafest. I won't be going.
Are there any coming up that you hope you might get to go to?
I would hope that I could go to Florida, but I don't think I'll be able to go to that one either.
Eduardo again, just pouring on those sweet comments. He says, knowing that mom is so great, do you think one day you'll follow in her footsteps?
In fish keeping, probably not. I don't want to have to deal with this many fish tanks.
Well, you don't necessarily have to get as many as she has. Although it's hard to stop once you start buying fish tanks, I will say that. And then here we come with Mississippi Hippie wants to know how you feel about living with so many fish tanks.
It's too many. There's just too many.
Do you think it's too many just because of all the care that's involved with them, or it's just too many to look at?
There's just too many to have to deal with them and stuff like that. It's just, for one person, I think this is like a lot.
It is a lot.
Cleve, you can hear that clicking over the thing. You can still hear that. I'm not as good. Stop.
Blah, 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 blah.
Continue.
Oh my goodness. Dee Dee wants to know, do you train your dog? Does he have any tricks that he does?
He can stand up on his back legs, and he can
Runs.
I've taught him to, like, he respects me, and like he doesn't really respect anybody else other than like really me. So like if I tell him to do something, he'll do it for the most part because he's a very energetic dog. So he can't stand still for a very long time. So like I can tell him to stay and do all that type of stuff, but not really any tricks. I mean, he can roll over and stuff like that.
Not even related to you, but apparently we're supposed to tell your mom to check her AOL email account from Lunatic.
Check her AOL email account.
Well, I can't do it right now. Well, I guess I can.
There we go. I just put the word out. That's it. Eduardo says, "Mom's aquariums make her happy. What do you think will make you happy?"
I don't really know. It's a great question. I don't know.
That's okay. Sometimes I don't have the answer to these questions either. Oh, see. Patty has jokes now. She says, too many fish tanks, you say? Then get out.
I mean, I can get out. That's not a problem.
Patty likes to tease. I'm not seeing any other questions come through, and I literally only have just a few more minutes left. If anybody has anything to ask, get it in now or I'm shutting down early.
I finally got the StreamYard link to my email.
Yep, I'm not seeing any other questions. Do you have any questions for anybody in the chat as far as fish goes?
Huh?
Huh?
Why do you have so many tanks?
Um, well, it just started growing, and then I just started said that I wanted to breed, and then I wanted to breed different things, and it takes a lot of tanks to do that with.
Yep.
What is your favorite dessert?
Oh, wow. That's a really good question. Um, oh my goodness. I think my favorite dessert, like something that I could eat all the time, all year round, if I had the option, would be pumpkin pie. I would eat it all the time.
I don't know what it's called. It's like a sweet potato, and it has
Sweet potato pie?
I think that's what it's called. It's a sweet potato bites. But the way that my family makes it is there's some type of, I don't know what they're called, like nuts on the side of them, like around the edge. I don't know what they're called though. But they make it like as a caramelized type deal.
You sure it's not pecan pie?
I don't know what it is. I just know it tastes good.
Well, I don't have any sweet potatoes in it though.
If I'm not mistaken, it tastes like sweet potatoes, but it's orange.
It could be either one.
Who knows?
Okay, I will make this the last question, I guess. Eduardo says, "Are you the youngest child, and do you get what you ask for?"
I am the youngest child, and no, I don't always get what I want. But also, my brothers don't really come around the house except for one of them. So,
Okay. Oh, okay. I'll squeeze this one in here too. It's a short question. Dee Dee wants to know, do you want to cook?
I cook a lot around the house whenever I have an uncle that stays here, and he has taught me most of my cooking that I do. I can cook a lot of stuff.
Nice. That's awesome.
My favorite thing to cook is steak.
Nothing wrong with a good steak at all. Okay. So it is 6 o'clock. I'm going to need to end this stream because speaking of cooking, I have to cook for my family. So I do appreciate you coming on. I
Yes, ma'am.
apologize that you guys had your sound issues at the beginning, but I'm glad we were able to work it out and bring you on.
Yes, ma'am. Thank you for having me on.
And Jess, thank you for allowing me
Sorry.
to come on as well.
Yeah, sorry we were late.
No, it's okay. It's totally fine. You had a lot going on, so I was just going to
You
wing
bet.
it and do the whole 2 hours by myself. Okay, well, yeah, we'll go ahead and end it here. Everyone have a good night and a good Christmas. I will be streaming on Christmas Day in case anybody is
Hang
interested,
on,
so I
don't
thought I'd throw that out there. Okay, so everybody have a good night. Thank you for coming.
Bye, guys.
See you guys later.